Welcome back! My name is Baller Scuba. This is Video Games Over Time. We are still in 1984. Today, we're going to talk about Underworld and Knight Lore in a rare double feature. The story of Underworld and Knight Lore takes us back to Ultimate Play the Game. We have talked about Ultimate Play the Game before. They have been responsible for Jetpack and A Tick Attack. We last talked about Ultimate Play the Game in our video on Sabrewulf. Underworld and Knight Lore are both games in the Sabreman franchise, considered sequels to Sabrewulf, the first game of the series. Much like Sabrewulf, Tim and Chris Stamper would create Underworld and Knight Lore. While the Stampers are known for not talking much about the games that they developed, they came out publicly to state that although Knight Lore is considered the third game of the series, Knight Lore was actually developed first of any of the Sabreman games. They decided to withhold the game to best capitalize on the market at the time, seeing Knight Lore as more advanced than anything on the market. Underworld is a platform computer game. The player plays as Sabreman, making his return from Sabrewulf. The player's goal is to maneuver Sabreman through a castle and to escape past the Guardians, using weapons collected throughout the game. Unlike Sabrewulf, Sabreman is not damaged by enemies in Underworld. Instead, enemies will push Sabreman backwards, sometimes into pits, and it's falls from the pits that will kill the player. Underworld is a large game, with around 600 rooms for the player to explore. The player has 7 lives to work with. The player can collect items to gain more lives or power-ups to survive falls. Underworld has 3 different endings. Each was supposed to lead to one of 3 planned sequels to the game, including one for Knight Lore. Knight Lore is an isometric action-adventure computer game. The player plays once again as Sabreman. In this game, though, Sabreman has been bitten by the Sabrewulf, so will transform into a werewolf at night. The player has 40 days to collect items in Melchior's castle and brew a potion to cure himself. The castle has 128 rooms to explore, and the player must collect 14 items to brew the potion, with only 5 lives for Sabreman. Knight Lore used a new technique known as image mapping. This allowed multiple sprites to be layered on top of each other. Ultimate Play the Game copyrighted this technique in a game engine known as the Filmation engine. It was due to this technical advancement that the Stampers delayed the release of Knight Lore, expecting their competition to copy their techniques. Ultimate Play the Game released Underworld and Knight Lore in November 1984 for the ZX Spectrum. In a press release, the Stampers announced Knight Lore in particular as the first in a new class of adventure games, calling it the very pinnacle of software development on the 48K Spectrum. That is a brief backstory to Underworld and Knight Lore. With those stories told, it's time to play the games for ourselves. We will start with Underworld. And here we are in the game. This is Underworld by Ultimate Play the Game. As you can see, we start with basically the game selection screen. Again, this is kind of how we start most of the games released by Ultimate Play the Game. There are 2 sets of controls, basically. You can use a joystick or you can use the keyboard, but because of the way that Ultimate Play the Game kind of programs their controls, I do prefer the joystick. The keyboard is not my favorite. It's QWER. Q is left, W is right, E is down, and R is up. Not my favorite. The joystick controls are basically not sufficient, though, so I will still need the keyboard when I'm using the joystick in order to pick up items and to drop from the rope. We'll talk about the rope when we get there. I'm kind of going over this quickly here because the game is very fast-paced and it is very frustrating. And it's going to look like I don't know what I'm doing when I play the game. I will admit that it it feels like I don't know what I'm doing either, but the game is frustrating and difficult kind of no matter how much I practice it. So we're going to do what I can in Underworld. I probably won't play as long as I would like a game like this because it is so big, but the game is so frustrating that I probably won't last a long time. But with that said, let's see what I can do in the game and hope for the best. All right, let's get into the game. The first thing I'm going to do is pick up a slingshot or catapult. If you're British, it's catapult, I believe, to my left, and then we're going to use it from that point forward. If you don't get that weapon, I don't know how you play this game. Let's do what I can. All right, let's go and pick that up. There we go. No, there we go. Okay, so the enemies are here. This is how the slingshot, I'm just going to call it a slingshot, works. I'm just hitting the button. You can't really control where it fires, but you start noticing a bit of a pattern, kind of. There's like 3 arcs that it can go down. Okay, we need to go, we'll try the left, but there's nothing over here. So we need to go to the right. Let's hop. That's how jumping works in this game. You can't really control it. I need to jump from here in order to get on there. There we go. And then we can just drop down. That's him dropping down. Okay, let's try jumping from here. Nope, he didn't want to do it. He ran over. Okay. And there, okay, I hit things, so that didn't work out well. Okay, we'll keep attacking. I'm just going to rapid fire just kind of all the time now. Even if it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to hit anything, I'm going to hit the button. All right, this way. There we go. Then up here and drop down. No, why? Why? I didn't hit left at all. What are you doing, Saberman? Okay, there, and then up, and then drop, and then, okay, he hopped. I don't know why, but that worked out well for me. And then up there, and drop down to here. Now that figurine over there will give you a free life, which you'll probably need because you'll die on that screen. Chances are. Okay. Let's hop over here. There we go. And then we get ourselves a rope. You can swing from side to side on the rope, but there's so many enemies coming your way that it probably won't work out well for you. I will say that the guides that I can find, I can hit shift to drop. It's so weird. The guides that I can find are mostly for a remake of the game that was released many, many years later. Spoilers, there's a remake. But that one, apparently you can turn on infinite lives and just turn off enemies. And I would highly recommend that. And I fell off my bubble. I was using my bubble to float. There we go. No, you know what? This was not a good idea because now I'm dead. I need to float on this other bubble here. Even getting on the bubbles is a pain. This game is very frustrating. Okay, come on over. I need a bubble on this side. And I can't just walk on these craters. I need to jump on them somehow. That works. Just don't let me fall off now. Okay. So far, so good. Just spamming, attacking. Okay. And jump to the left. That works. No. That is... Why? Why? Oh, jeez. All right. Yeah, the enemy's not killing you is not necessarily like the best idea, but I mean, I get it, because if they did kill you, like, you'd be dead all the time. You wouldn't be able to make it off like 2 or 3 screens without losing a life. But why so many? And why just constantly spawning? Okay, can I jump this way now? Thank you. Okay. Now, supposedly, and I've looked at several guides, and they all say this, there is a dagger on this screen. For the life of me, I cannot figure out where it is. I've looked at the controls. I'm not missing a lot of controls. This just kind of cycles my thing, and then I can drop it, because you can hold all the weapons in the game at once. But the slingshot might be the best, as sad as that is. But yeah, this plant here is an enemy. So as soon as I touch it, I just go flinging around. And now I have to die. Like, I don't see a way around this unless a bubble shows up. There's a bubble. Hey, I made it somehow. Okay, let's go this way. Once again, there's supposed to be a dagger literally on this screen, but where it is, I don't see it. Like, I don't see it anywhere. And I can't, like, hang out on a screen too much, because then I die. Like, an enemy will hit me. I can't even make it where I want to go. I want to get on top of this. Oh, so close. Like, hoping that there's something there. Nope. I can't make it from there. Like, maybe if I get on top of this, it'll help, but I can't get on top of that. Alright, so we're just going to have to move on, because I can't seemingly do what I need to do. There are more gems. The gems, and I've died. If you get a gem, it will give you a temporary invincibility to falls, which is, you know, a huge deal in this game. But yeah, there's a beetle, and I need the dagger in order to kill the beetle. Yeah, my slingshot isn't working, so let's try to use this to float back up. Hopefully I don't die along the way. And hop over here. Okay. Once again, like, all the guides seem to say it's here. Should be here somewhere. I don't even see where else I could have really gone. I didn't have too many choices here. So how do I get on? I just want to get on top of the rock. And I can't even do it. I can't push it. Firing against it does nothing. There's very limited controls in this game. Like shift. Nope. I hit sticky keys. All right. And then if I shift, nope, that was a bad idea. Yeah, I can't hop over him. Like, even hitting the wall sends me flinging all over the place. All right, so I clearly have to go back to that screen with the plant, and I don't know. It feels like there's something I need to do with. Why didn't you do a full jump? Something I need to do with the plant in order to get the dagger, but yeah, the only guides that I can find are pretty much as frustrated as I am about the game, which is it's not. It's frustrating. Okay, over here. Can I jump on top of it? I can't land it. Is there something like down here? Like, yeah, even touching it just sends me going, but I can't attack it either. Nope. And, oh, okay. Sure, do that too. Where else can I go, though? And, okay. And let's use this to drop. If you get hit by an enemy while you're on the rope, and the rope is excruciatingly slow, if you get hit by enemies on the rope, you're kind of screwed. Maybe there's another death. I was thinking like maybe there's a passage somewhere here. The only other way that I can go would be like up this way and then kind of climbing all those picture frame things. But I don't know if I can't. Why? Like even getting off the rope. Like I have to swing slowly. So the game can't handle it. And there. I've completed 4% of Underworld. I think that's enough for today. This game is frustrating. So I think I'm going to call it here. I didn't really get a chance to show up much, but basically on the screen with the plant, there was supposed to be a dagger somewhere, and then I could use that to get the beetle, and then when I kill the beetle, an eagle will fly me over and probably kill me. Then bad things will happen, and that's the game. But then you can kill the other two enemies, and then you make it to an exit, and then you win. But with the enemies on the screen all the time, with them just absolutely killing you and only having 7 lives because the game gets frustrating, it's almost impossible for me to understand how this game would be fun for anybody in a modern setting, unless you played it as a kid. But for me, absolutely not. So we're going to just call it here. And we will move on. So that is Underworld played, and we will have to end the video here as well. That's going to do it for Underworld. My name is Baller Scuba. This has been Video Games Over Time. I hope you laughed, I hope you learned, and I hope to see you next time for Night Lore. Thanks for watching.